What's up guys, Devon back at it again with yet another Devon Explains entry, and today, collaborating with my buddy comrade Eagle, we are gonna go over Monsterverse Godzilla versus Godzilla Earth. So I'm not even gonna bother with an intro too much, let's just get right into the scaling because none of you guys actually care about me. Let's get right into it. 100% of all of the Monsterverse scaling that's actually gonna convince you of why Monsterverse Godzilla is this high is in the Solar System Monsterverse video, but I will still go over Godzilla's specific scaling to that stuff while assuming that you already know it, having watched Solar Monsterverse. Please go watch that if you haven't already and then come back to this video. So in order for us to get some actual numbers for Monsterverse Godzilla's power, first off we're gonna have to check out how powerful the gamma rays spewed out by Hollow Earth portals are.
196 supernovas.
And that's merely for the existing gamma rays that they produce. Their spikes and the gamma ray bursts that they produce are higher than this. Some 30 of these Hollow Earth portals are inconceivably lesser compared to the Hollow Earth, the super planet's core, and Godzilla's equal to it. This is beyond debate. This energy rating is enormous and almost identical to Godzilla's, in context to the size of that energy reading for the Hollow Earth. So the only two times that Apex has truly had proper encounters with Godzilla to that point have been this encounter with Demon Godzilla and the Pensacola Massacre. Given the much less surprising Pensacola incident, it's very likely that the readings are for Pensacola Goji. As with Dominion, he just kinda snuck up on the oil rig and blew it up immediately. Given the fact that people are evacuating and running around by the time Godzilla's using his beam on Pensacola, this means that the energy readings that Apex could have gotten would need to be before that, which, given that they even were evacuating, means that they had indeed detected Godzilla before he actually got there. What this means is that Godzilla's existence, him just swimming, is massively more powerful than 5,867 supernovas
Going off at once.
If you fed Godzilla the energy of 2,000 supernovas, he wouldn't meet his daily calories. Putting that into context, I think we can both agree, you and I, that Monsterverse Godzilla does not cap at low-end solar system. He is way higher than that, given that him just kinda existing is massively more powerful than said low-end solar system. Of course, you could just say that Godzilla is, a couple megapho, given him existing is at most a few dozen kilopho, right? But that's just not how it is. He can break tectonic plates of the superplanet, is above Ghidorah's existence, which can scorch the surface of the superplanet with massive continent-sized storms.
And he can blow the planet up.
Mainly, the point of interest is Godzilla's ability to destroy the Monsterverse planet. How much is all that anyways? Well, given the superplanet is unaffected by gamma ray bursts, large planetary gravity, and super earthquakes, it is beyond reasonable to have its destructive value
Be that of a magnitude 15 earthquake.
Devon, stop wanking, stop lying!
No.
not wanking. Gamma ray bursts happen within this planet and cause no damage. Not a single cubic centimeter of this planet is affected by these gamma ray bursts. So instead of telling me that saying the destructive value of the planet is equivalent to a magnitude 15 earthquake's energy, you're gonna have to tell me why I'm not saying that the destructive value is actually gamma ray bursts 195 supernovas. That's what you should actually be telling me. Anyways, ignoring all that, using the earthquakes as a baseline, we can see that destroying the Monsterverse planet requires 76 gigaflops.
76 billion supernovas.
To destroy. If you took every human alive in this instant and turned each one of them into a supernova, that would still be dozens of times weaker than the energy necessary to destroy the Monsterverse superplanet. That is how powerful Monsterverse Godzilla is. And again, I will continue to justify this. Such high numbers are the only ones to make sense. This planet is billions of years old, and in those billions of years, its black holes have caused no erosion or destruction at all. That and its core is so energetic that it blows dozens of these black holes out of the water and probably feeds them energy for reasoning that I don't remember as I record and will probably show you on screen. So we have not only solar system Monsterverse Godzilla, but actually multi-solar system level. And this isn't all. All of this is just for a base Godzilla, the black and blue one. Given that the thumbnail shows you Spiral Ray Godzilla, that guy is 8 times stronger than his baseline physically and
40 times more powerful and durable.
we're looking at 600 gigafo physical attacks and 3 trillion supernovas focused in just a neon pink beam. The power to destroy
Supermassive black holes.
So taking a little break from all that attack potency wank, Godzilla's speed hasn't changed much with the superplanet scaling. Lightspeed atomic breath, weakened Ghidorah and Kong block it, MG moves while the same breath is shooting, Kong perception loses MG, blah 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 blah, blah 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 blah. We're looking at FTL to MFTL plus speed for legendary Godzilla, the MFTL plus end being based on the Mechagodzilla change scale. If you don't want to agree with that, we're still looking at FTL plus simply based on the multipliers of a weakened Kong blocking that atomic breath and then all of the multipliers stacked on top of that with GXK. I still do lean more towards simply FTL plus because that is a little bit more consistent than just having MFTL speeds, but it does exist and it's not necessarily wrong. That's mainly Godzilla's stats. We're looking at a guy who can destroy trillions of stars. We're looking at a guy who is faster than the speed of light and who will face the living mountain in a 1v1 fight to the death with no help from anybody else, simply his own strength.
Well, hello. Yeah, it's me, the guy locked in Devon's basement, Comrade Eagle. Today I've been dragged here to talk about Godzilla Earth and his scaling, so let's just get into it. As Devon has or will prove in this video, and how he kind of just has in past videos, Planetarium below kind of doesn't really mean anything for the Monsterverse, so let's just jump straight to the stellar ends for Earth. Firstly, we have the Gorath feat. In the novels, after charging it for 5 years, Earth obliterates an asteroid with a diameter of 30 kilometers and a mass comparable to the moon. The kinetic energy of such an object would reach as high as dwarf star level. However, if we take into account all the context, specifically that the event in the destruction of Gorath was instant, the feat gets to large star level. As for 300 meter, he upscales this as a baseline in the first film. He then continues to grow stronger over the course of the films until he fights Void.
For those of you unaware, Void means Void Ghidorah, and Foe means the death death of a star, the explosion that follows that.
Once Void is weakened, Earth blows up Void's black holes. Older calculations of this feat get from the regular foe to kill a foe, which is just baseline solar system level. However, with much more recent and updated calculations, the feat is actually much higher, ranging from 50 to even over 300 terafoe, which is multi-solar system level. As for his speed, his beam is stated to be a beam of light, and multiple kaijus can react and dodge the beam. Some examples being Mothra, Gigan, and even some instances the Vultures. In the third film, his beam fully pierces a black hole, which would grant FTL speeds for the beam itself. Earth would scale to this as the previous monsters listed already are able to dodge and react to the beam, but a weakened Void was able to catch the beam, and Earth is able to perceive and intercept Void. As for hacks, similar to MV, Earth does have subatomic destruction. Earth's energy is stated to be high-frequency electromagnetic energy, and thus can ionize, which is just textbook subatomic destruction according to Versus Battle Wiki. Alongside this, he has his shield, which upscales off his atomic breath, since the power of the shield generates his beams. And the only one we know who was able to go through it is Void, a character who ignores conventional laws. Alongside this, he has impressive regeneration and adaptability. He was able to regrow vital organs in seconds, and he developed a counter to the humans' plan to kill him. The same plan worked on a clone of him, being Godzilla Phileas. On top of this, his oscillatory wave can break down bonds on the molecular level, and finally he has regeneration negation, as proven with Gigan in the novels and Mechagodzilla City in the second film. Both use nanometal to regenerate/rebuild certain parts of them, even in seconds in Gigan's case. However, Earth is able to completely obliterate and negate this level of regeneration in just one blast, similar to Monsterverse Godzilla in the Shinomura.
Alright, so the audio is going to sound fucky for this next part because I had to go back and redo this, and I'm sick right now, so I sound like shit. But the last thing I need to cover for Earth is his power growth. In the third film, with his fight against Void, Earth is forced into a position where he needs to produce energy not only to fight back, but to survive. This led to him reaching his most powerful state yet, and most impressive feat, which was his black hole busting. If we were to quantify this gap he got via calculating the gap between Earth's baseline, like solar system pre-Void, and compared it to the black hole feat, we would get a ridiculous number that I'm just going to throw up on screen. However, something to note is that his growth may be situational. We know Earth has gained adaptations and new abilities through life and death situations, like his Scarlet form, for example. So it's possible that he has access to it even after the Void fight, but it's up to interpretation. It is also possible that he was already this multi-solar level of strength before the Void fight, but he still needed to produce more energy than normal to, not die to Void. And he did get some amp because, he is stated stronger than ever. For the conclusion, we have a basically bare minimum solar system level, multi-solar system level Godzilla Earth that with his power growth can reach even higher. Alongside this, he has FTL speeds and a variety of hacks and abilities that Monsterverse will not have an easy time dealing with. Alright, turning it back to you, Devon.
Get back in the basement, boy.
And thank you very much for this power scaling. Another thing that Devon himself forgot to mention, the
Absolute monkey.
is Monsterverse Godzilla's hexes. Now, these are extremely simple. Monsterverse Godzilla is capable of absorbing energy from his opponents on the fly. This is more so stated and kind of mildly shown with Burning Godzilla. Monsterverse Godzilla's atomic breath also is capable of slaughtering the Shinomura without even having to completely engulf them, with the Shinomura being capable of regenerating from even singular cells. Also, this very atomic breath is composed of hollow earth energy and is purely destructive. This hollow earth energy functions in quantum states, in quantum sizes, which would basically mean that Godzilla's atomic breath destroys at a quantum scale, even less than subatomic if I'm remembering correctly. And both Godzillas resist their durability negation and their regeneration negation, as both of them can take their variant atomic breath and be just fine and still heal up with no trouble or issue.
That's enough power scaling.
Let's actually get into the actual fight analysis.
Now, the gap in the power between these two Godzillas, using the stats that I believe in, is a 100 times gap. 315 teraflow versus 3 teraflow. Trillions versus hundreds of trillions of destroyed solar systems. And this gap of power is in favor of Godzilla Earth. On top of that, Godzilla Earth has pretty good regeneration capable of healing him from even internal damages, and on top of that, he has a shield which constantly and passively defends him, and which he can regenerate even if you do break through it. On top of all of this, even if you do get through his shield, through his regeneration, and are powerful enough to seriously hurt him, he is just going to start getting massively stronger to where you literally cannot even scratch him or make him feel anything. Godzilla Earth is pretty much an unassailable fortress for Monsterverse Godzilla. And given that Godzilla Earth's power growth is him creating energy from nothing, breaking the laws of thermodynamics, Spider Godzilla can't outlast Godzilla Earth either. So yeah, Godzilla Earth wins with little difficulty, and the little part is mainly because it's gonna take a while for him to land that killing blow. Saying this hurts my feelings, so I will have to mention to you that Burning Godzilla, with the inverse multiplier, would be so much more powerful than Godzilla Earth that he would just turn him to ashes within a singular attack, and thus that's the way that I can say that Monsterverse Godzilla wins. But this is current prime versus current prime, and then in that matchup, Godzilla Earth is still the strongest modern Godzilla by a pretty long margin. And fuck you, Godzilla Ultima from the novel, you don't even get mentioned.